Hello students, today we are going to look at the topic sorting, which is there in 10th, 11th and 12th. But presently today we are only going to discuss on bubble sort. Sorting means what? It is a process of arranging the elements of the array in ascending or descending order. If you want to arrange the elements from 1 to 100 or 100 to 1, either of these can be done through sorting. So presently we are going to look at one of the topics, that is bubble sort. Though 11th and 12th have to study selection sort and insertion sort also. But presently today we are going to discuss on bubble sort. Now before I write the program on bubble sort, let's understand what does bubble sort mean. See, you people must have studied convection currents in physics. Convection currents are what? When you boil a pot of water, you people must have studied also that when the layer at the bottom becomes hot, it moves upward and a cold layer moves down, and so on. The process keeps on taking place till the entire water boils up. Same way, in bubble sort also the process of arranging elements takes place. Now before I write the program, let's see how the elements are arranged. Suppose we have got some elements in our array 7, 8, 3, 12, 1. 5 elements are there, and in order to arrange them in ascending order, what steps are to be taken? In bubble sort, whenever the program will take place, it will be in such a way like 7 will be compared to the neighboring element 8. If 7 is greater than 8, then both of them will exchange. Presently, if we see 7 and 8 are not in such a way that 7 is greater than 8. So 7 and 8 will remain at their own position. Then after that, if we move further, and 8 will be compared to its neighboring element 3. So we are able to see that yes, 8 is greater than 3. So exchange should take place in the position of both of them. Our array now becomes 7, 3, 8 because both of them have exchanged their places. Okay, and rest of the array is the same. Then now it moves to this position and 8 is being compared with 12 if 8 is greater than 12. But it is not so. So 8 and 12 will remain as it is. Okay. Now 12 will be compared with 1. That means when 8 and 12 were not greater, it remained as it is. So 12 will be compared with 1. Is 12 greater than 1? Yes. Both of them should exchange. So it should be like 7, 3, 8, 1, 12. But while doing this entire process, we only came to know that the bigger number 12 has moved backwards. Nothing else has been done to arrange the array in ascending order. Still 1 remains in between somewhere here. So again the process will take place. So this is just like convection current, that one layer has been made hot, that is 12 has been moved towards the back, the bigger number. Only this thing has happened. Next time, now again what will happen? This arranged element 7, 3, 8, 1 and 12 will be arranged again. They will again be checked. 7 is greater than 3 is a true condition. So 3 and 7 will exchange their places. Then it will go to this first position and 7 will be compared with 8. Is 7 greater than 8? No. So it will remain as it is. Then 8 will be compared with 1. Is 8 greater than 1? Yes. So 1 and 8 will exchange. Then 8 will be compared with 12. 8 is greater than 12? No. So somewhat the array has been sorted in such a way that 1 has moved 2, 3 positions forward. Again, this new layer has been formed in which the next bigger number 8 has moved backward. Now from this set, 3, 7, 1, 8 and 12. 3 is being compared with 7. Is 3 greater than 7? No. So it will remain as it is. Then 7 will be compared with 1. Is 7 greater than 1? Yes. So they will exchange. Then 7 will be compared with 8. Is 7 greater than 8? No. So it will remain as it is. Then 8 will be compared with 12. Is 8 greater than 12? No. It will remain as it is. So in this third step, what we are seeing? We are seeing that the third bigger number 7 has moved backward. Now from this new set, we take 3, 1, 7, 8, 12, in which 3 is greater than 1 is a true condition. Now we are getting a sorted array because now rest of the things are already sorted. So this way bubble sort will work, but how we are going to write the program on this, we are yet to see. So now let's see how to write the program. Make it very clear how the steps are going to occur, because as we are going to write the program, these steps should be clear in our mind. Let's see. Let's see this program. Here we have got an array which is jumbled, and we have to arrange it in ascending order using bubble sort. So there are how many elements? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you are unable to write 6 or 7, you can write, as I told you in my previous videos also, that we can write here m dot length. And here it will be m dot length minus 1, because it should be 1 less. Now here we are going to do what? We are using bubble sort in order to arrange the elements. For I is equal to 0, I less than m dot length I plus plus. Presently, what is the value of I? 0. So it is going to 7. And j is 0, 0 less than m dot length minus 1. It will run 1 less than the entire length. If mj, what is the present value of j? 0. It is going to 0 position, taking up 7 and comparing it with the neighboring element. J is 0, 0 plus 1 is 1. So 7 will be compared with 8. If 7 is greater than 8, then this swapping will take place. But presently the condition is false. 7 is not greater than 8. Then with the j plus plus, j will increment and j will become what? 1. Though mj means 1 position, the 8 it will take out. 8 will be compared with the neighboring number 3. Because j is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2. So 8 will be compared with 3. 8 is greater than 3. Yes, this is true. Since this is true, so t is going to take 8. That means 8 will be removed from its position and given to t, so that this position becomes empty. And at this position of mj, we are going to place 3. So 3 will move from its position and go to the position of 8 and sit over here. And mj plus 1 means this position of 3, which is now empty, will contain the value present in t, and t was having what? 8. So it becomes 7, 3, 8. That means swapping has taken place. Whenever a number is finding that I am bigger than the neighboring number, both of them will exchange their places. Then with j plus plus, j becomes 2. We have 2 position, we have got 8. 8 is greater than 12. No. Then j plus plus, say j will move ahead and go to third position, 12. 12 is greater than the neighboring number 1. Yes, again same. T will take 12. Instead of 12, you will be getting 1. And instead of 1, you will be getting 12. Both of them will exchange their places. Then with j plus plus, j becomes how much? It will become 3. 4 position. So it will move to 4 position. At 4 position, we have got 12. 12 is greater than the neighboring number 5. Yes, of course. So T will go take 12. Instead of 12, we will be getting here 5. And instead of 5, we will be getting 12. Both of them will swap. Here we are going to get 5. J loop has consumed. It has stopped. And in this process, we only got one result. The biggest number 12 has moved to the last position. Only this much result has come in J. Now when I plus plus becomes 1, 1 is less than the length of the array, J will restart with 0 and whatever changes it had made last time on the array, on that changes it will work again. So now mj presently j is 0, so it will pick up 7. 7 is greater than the neighboring number 3. Yes, 7 is greater than 3. So t is equal to 7. T is equal to mj means it will take 7. Instead of 7, it will keep here 3. And instead of 3, 7 will exchange. So a new set is preparing 3, 7. Then j plus plus becomes 1. At 1 position, it is finding 7. 7 is greater than the neighboring number 8. No. Then with j plus plus, j increases and it becomes 2. 8 is greater than the neighboring number 1. Yes. So 8 and 1 will exchange. T will take 8. Instead of 8, you will be keeping 1. Instead of 1, you will be keeping 8. Then with j plus plus, j becomes how much? 3. Okay, so if mj is greater than mj plus 1, at third position it has got 8. 8 is greater than the neighboring number 5. Yes. So t is equal to mj is going to take 8. Instead of 8, you will be keeping your 5. And instead of 5, you will be keeping 8. So here again we have got 5. Here we have got 8. Then j plus plus becomes 4. At fourth position we have 8. 8 is being compared with the last position 12, but 8 is not greater than 12. And j loop has a stop. Now we are getting one more result that the next bigger number 8 has moved at the end. Then I plus plus becomes how much? 2. 2 is less than the length. J is going to restart with 0 on this new set. So j is 0. mj means m0. 3 is going to be taken out. 3 is greater than the neighboring number 7. No. Then with j plus plus, j moves to 1 position 7. 7 is greater than the neighboring number 1. Yes. So t is equal to mj is going to take 7. Instead of 7, you will get 1. And instead of 1, you will be getting 7. So here we have got 1 and this is. Then j plus plus becomes how much? 2. At 2 position, we have got 7. 7 is greater than the neighboring number 5. Yes. So t is going to take 7. Instead of 7, you will be getting 5. And instead of 5, you will be getting 7. So then we'll exchange. Now j becomes how much? 3. At third position, we have got 7. 7 is greater than the neighboring number 8. No. Then with j plus plus, it will move to 4. 8 is greater than the neighboring number 12. No. So at the end of the j loop, we are getting this much that the third bigger number has moved to the third last position. Now I increases. It becomes how much? 3. 3 is less than the length. J J will restart with 0 with the new set. And here we are checking if mj is greater than mj plus 1. Is 3 greater than 1? Yes, because 0 position 3 is greater than the first position 1. So G is equal to mj will take 3. Instead of 3 you will get 1, and instead of 1 you will get 3. Here we have got 1. Then with j plus plus, j increases, and mj is taking what? First position 3 is greater than 5. No. With j plus plus, j increases to 2 position. 5 is, this is 5. 5 is greater than the neighboring number 7. No. And so on. Rest of the elements are already sorted at the back. So this way the loop is going to work. And outside the loop, you should run a loop in order to print all the elements which are sorted. If you have to do this in descending order, just use here a less than sign in if. Do not change the I and j loops. That will be wrong. This was on a single array. If suppose we get question that we have got roll numbers in one array and their marks in another array, and you have to make a merit list of the students in descending order of the marks. So let's see that program also. Now let's look at this, in which we have got one array of roll numbers and one array of marks. And our question is to arrange the roll numbers in descending order of the marks. That means merit list has to be created. The student who has got 100 marks has to be kept at the top. So we'll be running the same loop. There are 10 elements, so I will be running up till 10 and j less than 9. We are going to compare just the marks, not the roll number. If mg is less than mj plus 1, I have to arrange it in descending order. So t is equal to mg, mg is equal to mj plus 1, mj plus 1 is equal to t, as I have told you in the previous program. What about this? If you are moving the marks, the roll number also have to be moved along with it. So as you are moving, t is equal to mj, take rj also and keep it somewhere. If you are exchanging mj plus 1 with mj, then rj plus 1 also should be exchanged with rj. If you are exchanging mj plus 1 with t, then you have to exchange t1 also with rj plus 1. Why? Because you already know when a merit list is created in the class also, and the student who has got top marks is roll number 10, naturally the teacher is going to write 10 roll number having 100 marks. Similarly, we are going to move the roll number along with the marks in order to get a correct idea that which roll number has got the highest marks. So be sure when you are getting a question in which there are two arrays, and on the basis of the second array, you have to arrange the first array or any other array. Then you have to exchange both the arrays in the same order as the first array is being done. Similarly, the second array also has to be arranged in the same way. So it is the same program. The only thing is I have used a less than sign, and I am swapping roll numbers also as I am swapping the marks. After that, at the end, we will run a for loop in order to print roll number and. So hope you people have understood how to do bubble sorting. And if you have understood, press the like button and subscribe to our channel. We'll come up with another video also on binary search and selection sort and so on.